We're at the last day of the Undercover Policing Inquiry, Phase 3 of Tranche 1. We've been listening this morning to the evidence of former Spycops manager Trevor Butler.
I hate you, Butler.
And yeah, I hate you, Butler. He's forgotten, he's still giving evidence with the 10-minute delay, so if you're following the audio, you're probably not going to catch up with this. He's forgotten a great deal. Unsurprisingly, one of his first things he said was, I can't recall. It's the very first question. And he's carried on in much the same fashion throughout. He did have some little tidbits of things that he did remember, largely which were absolutely fucking horrendous. He defended the use of dead children's identities, said he still believed in the system, which... it's offensive, incredibly offensive. He claims not to recall so much anything to do with Blair Peach, anything to do with anything of the controversial things. None of the former officers he was in charge of, he remembers anything about any of them doing anything controversial, sex with activists, the arrests, any of that whatsoever. He was shown some reports of the deployment of undercover officers into anti-racist groups in the aftermath of the Brixton riots. He's asked if this is quite a sensitive area and maybe a reason to cause people to go back out on the streets. He said, well, that was always a problem with sending out undercover officers. Nothing different about this time. Really heartless bastard, to be perfectly honest. Lots of things, with the dead children's identities, he again seemed to sort of blame the inquiry for letting the families know that it would have been absolutely fine if the families hadn't been told by the inquiry. Sick, quite frankly. He talked about the infiltration of CND. He was saying that, there was a concern that the extremist left was infiltrating CND. I mean, not that maybe people on the left might might agree with CND or, one for that reason. No, it's always infiltration to these people. There was following the death of Winston Rose in police custody, or the killing of Winston Rose by police, there was a report into the meeting in the immediate aftermath, calling for a public inquiry. Asked if this was maybe inappropriate. He said, this was great interest to police. It was wholly justified and a fine report. There's also, reports which show the spying on legal assistance and choosing legal representation. Says they had no concern with that kind of reporting. He seemed completely unaware that sort of thing is illegal, and the legal privilege element just didn't seem to know about that at all. But I mean, this has been the case a lot with these cops just not knowing the law. Very early on, it was put to him about the legality of police actions, and that it would be considered misconduct for an officer to have sex whilst on duty. And would this apply to undercover officers? He said no. And it was why wouldn't it apply to them? And he went, well, these were good men. And it was he didn't really understand the question. He was so quick, he was so keen to say no, that he, didn't really take it in. We're not getting a great deal out of him. He's a miserable looking bastard. They're all bastards, but he's a miserable looking one. Looks slightly healthier than the previous ones, less red-faced, certainly. Gammon light, as Jessica called it on Twitter. We're not getting a lot from him. It's only a short break now, so I'm going to have to go back in. But I'll be giving a longer response at lunchtime, which will be around 1 o'clock. Hopefully, be joined by some others. Also doing the last of the Twitter Spaces tonight at 7 p.m. Please join. Please share the link I've put on Twitter about it. It'd be good to have that be the largest one, maybe reflecting on the whole of the last fortnight rather than just what happened today. We may end up not learning that much today if he keeps on his I don't recallness. All right, cheers, and see you later on. Thanks.